Hello, thank you for coming. So it's a funny thing. I'm going to test the second Commodore 64, the garage find. I'm going to test it. I was just turning on the Vic-20 and I put in a different cartridge, Omega Race. But when I hit the fire button, something happened. So I'm giving it a little moment to warm up and I will try and press the fire button again. Yep, that's what happened. Look at that. It's come out of the cartridge and all it's saying is ready. But obviously it's not ready to come out, or it's not ready to play, which is what it should be. So once again with a Vic-20, I'm just going to tweak the cartridge ever so slightly. And Omega Race comes up. And when I press the fire stick, we're playing. That is unusual. Yes! I will get this one. Woohoo! Anyway, yes, that is very strange. So, as I would, well, as I was saying, before I died of mercy, a horrible death there, what was I saying? Oh yes, with any Vic-20, or I suppose any, even on the 64, if you plug in a cartridge once, and it doesn't work, don't give up yet. Oh, oh, oh. I almost got it. I think I better go down. Oh dear. Game over. Okay, well that isn't why I was here anyway. But anyway, so with any cartridge on a Vic-20 or a Commodore 64 or other machine that you might have a cartridge for, do not hesitate to just, I guess, kind of like the 4040s and other such things, massage them a little bit. Like this one here, I didn't pull it out and put it back in, I just gave it a little, so it's probably not even quite straight going in. But now it works. And before, it did not. Imagine. It is highly recommended, of course, by many, that you take a pencil eraser and go along the contacts on the cartridge. I cannot disagree. There's other stuff, contact cleaner and stuff, but probably an eraser. Because you know there is microscopic corrosion. There is. Anyway, enough of the Vic-20 for the moment. It is time to go to this second Commodore 64 that was in the garage, that I was worried about there might be water issues. And as it seems, on the first one anyway, there are not. And it doesn't look, I think just a little condensation. You know, it gets cold, it gets hot, it gets cold, it's hot. Anyway, it's been winter, it's been spring. So, this one, most everything is not socketed, which I am not fond of, but I suppose one thing about machines that are not socketed, and that is, you don't have to reseat the chips in the sockets because there's no sockets, except for, in this case, the SID chip. So, let's try, well that was a nothing, hang on. Okay. We have, oh. Okay, that was weird. I don't know if you saw that over there. The first few times I tried to turn this on, nothing. There was nothing. Well, I thought I was going to be having to change the fuse. That's maybe there was. You know what I should do is, just for fun, just tweak the power connector a little bit. Seems okay. Strange. Oh well, you know what, this thing might not have had any power in it for a long time, so it may be that the circuit, it just needed a moment to wake up. Alright, so here, once again, is the Commodore 64 Dead Test. Shazam. Shazam. There we are. So this does not look like it is as old as the other. I did not look at the serial number. I don't think I will. This one has a cardboard shield. Ooh, a cardboard shield. You know, I really liked it later. And it probably was more expensive. But I liked the shields on the later machines that all had the little fingers that came down on the chips. And from what I understand, Bill Hurd is soon to be at a show. Maybe he's already done it, but I don't think it's happened yet. And he's going to talk about heat and, you know, the components and things. And you know, heat is a bad thing for such things. So I'm sure that extra, not just the shielding, but the little fingers that came down and touched every single chip, probably made sure that a lot of Commodore 64s lived and are still alive today. Looks more impressive than a cardboard piece of foil-covered paper, which is what this machine has. So it has gone off, it's testing things. We are now waiting, yes, to hear the SID ship sing. That's one voice, and two, and three. And why doesn't it test the sound, or the noise generator? I don't know. But anyway, well, that's impressive, that's nice, that's good. It seems that we have another working 64. Let's look at the serial number. Made in USA. Serial number in the 700,000 range. Cool. Alright, let's just turn that on again. See if it still comes up. Shazam. Well, that's good. It looks very good inside. I'm very pleased. Well, I guess we don't need to watch that run through its thing again. Now, here, I'm going to bring the keyboard over. Because remember, I showed you the last one. And the shift key. And how it was different. See? This shift key, right here, is square. And the other one was round. And I think this is the typical, and the round is not typical. It doesn't mean it wasn't, you know, normal for a while, but I think it's earlier, and I think they changed eventually to the square. So that is why I'm sure that this keyboard goes to this machine. So I'm going to reconnect it. I think. Yes, I am. Oh. And indicator. Now, here is, just got to get this cardboard thing down. Hello. There we go. And then there's a piece of copper tape, which no longer sticks. But anyway, I'll get it in position. Get the wire in, I think. And get the keyboard down. Okay, this one is missing a 4 key. So, there it is. Well, let's try again. We'll remember to change the color a little bit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Cool. 1, 2, 3. 4 even works without the key. Oh, look at that. Is that coming up here? It is. So we have another, it seems to be working Commodore 64. It looks pretty happy. Pretty happy indeed. So it's passed its tests. So I must document. Firstly, a screw. To keep it all together. And then documentation time. 64 garage. April 2019. Works. SID OK. Missing key. Sorry, the bottom of the case doesn't really look as good as the top. Bottom case dirty. So, always good to document. And what I do with the tape stuff is, as best as I can, I put it over where the holes for heat dissipation are, so it doesn't get stuck forever and ever. I mean, it does, but it's not, shouldn't hurt things as well. It's funny, as I look at this, the top and bottom of the case, it's very slight, but they don't look exactly the same in color. But from what I heard on a video, even right out of the factory, there were color variations. And so even though they didn't look exactly right, maybe that meant that they were exactly right. So, there we have it. Another happy 64. And where I put the other one, I'm not sure. I can put this one. So, oh, I don't like this. Oh, I know. It's not hoarding if you're organized. Well, I'm getting there. Sort of. Somewhat. A little bit. Maybe. Alright, so 2 working Commodore 64s. And let's see, now that this Vic-20 has not had power on it, and I did have to adjust it. There's Omega Race. There it is. I had to adjust it let's see. And now it works. Well. We can't. Oh my word, I missed. No, not that. It has become the devil. Ah! Once they become like that, they start spewing out mines and stuff. And soon, something is going to happen. I sense it. Oh, well, we're through round 2. But I just, oh, no. See, these things, it'll shoot like 4 shots quickly. No! And as soon as they go away, I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, I'm in big trouble now. But I am avoiding things. Well, yes, I am avoiding things. There are mines in the way. Shoot the mines. Shoot the mines. Oh dear. Okay, things are going to happen very quickly. Oh. Shoot the mine. Move! Okay. I think it is time to change strategy. But one of those suckers is going to start going fast any second. I sense it. And now... Ah! Oh well, did a little better. Okay, so... 2 more working Commodore 64s. And for those of you that tune in now and again, it's very rare that anything goes as well or as smoothly. Very rare. Anyway, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Many years ago, and I gotta think how long it would be. 25 years, maybe? We got a call, Richard and I, my brother, and I don't see it here. Oh, no, okay. Yes, I do see it. Anyway, Richard and I were avid members of T-Bug. And very much involved in them, in everything T-Bug. And for a while, we were the librarians for the 64. Hang on. So here, gotta do this on an angle because of the lighting. Maybe that way. There we go. There we are in December 1984 on the front of the T-Pug magazine. Anyway, we knew and hung out with lots of interesting people, one of them being, yes indeed, Jim Butterfield. So he called us about 25 years ago, or roughly so, and he was moving. This was not thinkable, but he was moving. So we went and helped him with the move, and Richard tells me that he gave him an old Commodore 64 that Commodore had given to him. And Richard thinks it might be something like serial number 15. Well, many years later, when we moved, which was, of course, unthinkable, Richard tells me that he gave that to me. I have no memory of this. I have no recollection of this. I do not remember ever seeing this machine, but Richard assures me that somewhere I have it. So now, as I search, there's a little extra motivation to find the elusive. It's almost like the Holy Grail. Now, once again, I don't remember this. I've never seen in my travels anything. But you know what? I've got a lot of boxes that have not been gone through. I can't begin to think of how many. It scares me when I think of how many. So, I will keep you posted on the hunt for Jim Butterfield's Commodore 64. Anyway, so enough. This was, I am right, isn't it? December. Yes, December 1984. This picture was taken in my mother's house in their back bedroom, where we had the Bradley Brothers bulletin board system up and running. I guess. Well, certainly the fans were to help because, of course, things got warm. And you know what, at that point, probably most of them were running on PETs. Eventually, some of them ran on the Commodore 64. But I don't know of how many in that picture were actually up and running or not. I'm just looking for a place to put this. Because this, you know what, I have a hard time finding. This one was given to me at one of the World of Commodores when I said, I don't know if I have one of those. Well, maybe I'll just put it right there. No, that's not working. Right there. No, that's not working. Well, that kind of works. Although I'm sure if I look over here, I could find somewhere better. Oh well. So, right, so, 2 Commodore 64s, both working. Life is good. Bye for now.